Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Rich going through another geometry question for you guys. This is number 3 from the homework for tonight. It says Caroline traces out the spiral shown in the figure. The spiral begins at the origin. What is the shortest distance between Caroline's starting point and her ending point? Well, the key to this question is we're going to use what's called the distance formula. All right, now I want to warn you, when I write the distance formula down here in a second, it's going to look super scary, but I'm going to demystify it, okay? So just stick with me, just like in Algebra 1. Be confident. I believe in you. It's going to look super scary, but it's actually really easy, okay? So what are they asking us for? What they're actually asking us in this question is they're asking us this point right here. Let me turn on my this point right here. What is that distance between this point and she drew a spiral all the way around and this point? What is the shortest distance? Well, the shortest distance between 2 points is always a straight line, right? So they're asking what is the distance between this point and this point? Now, you might just say, well, let's just measure it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that would not be correct. Now, you know how those people do that make tests. They probably would have that as an answer choice, but that wouldn't actually be correct because we have to use what's called the distance formula to solve this question. All right, I'm going to write the distance formula down over here, and it's going to be a little bit scary, but don't be scared off. Hopefully, Coach G did it in class today. So D equals the square root, and I'm going to put a great big O square root because we're going to put a bunch of stuff underneath this radical. All it is the furthest away x value, think of it that way, minus the closest x value, right? And then all of that squared, plus the furthest away y value minus the closest y value, and then all of that squared. Okay, did that make sense? All right, let me make this make a little bit more sense for you. I'm going to actually use a different color. So I think I used green or blue. I can't tell. I think this is red. I'm going to use red. All right. So now let's just plug in our numbers, and you're going to see how easy this math is. All right. So what is our furthest away x value? So x2. What is x sub 2? Well, it's this guy. What's the x value right there? Well, it's 1, 2 to the right. So this x2 is 2, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and draw my big O radical. So 2 minus, well, what's our closest x value? That first x value? Well, it's 0, isn't it? So 2 minus 0, and then we're going to take everything inside those parentheses and square it. Plus, and then what's our furthest y value? What's the y value right here? Well, it's actually down below the x axis, right? So we gotta. It's going to be a negative number. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's -5. So -5 minus what's our y value right here at the origin? Well, that's easy. It's 0, isn't it? And then we're going to take all of that and square it. All right, so now stick with me. We're almost there. All this math is going to be pretty easy. What is 2 minus 0? Well, it's just 2, right? So 2 minus 0 is 2. So everything that's in the parentheses is 2, and then we have to square it, and then we're going to add that. What is -5 minus 0? Well, it's just -5, and then we have to square that, okay? Are you with me so far? Hopefully you're with me so far. So now we take 2 squared. Well, what is 2 squared? Remember, we're doing everything inside this radical first. So 2 squared is 4 plus, what is -5 squared? A negative times a negative is, what is it, Avery? A positive, of course. So it's -5 times -5 is positive 25. And so now we have 4 plus 25 positive 29. Oh, let me write it over here. So the square root of positive 29. That is our distance between this point and this point, is whatever the square root of 29 is. I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere around 6, but not quite 6, like 5 point something, but I'll let you figure that out and enter your answer on that paper. All right, I hope that helped. I know that was a little bit drawn out because that one was not so easy.